Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And as you may know, I have not done a vlog for a while because I've been out traveling. I have gone to the Karelian Lustration of the Ancestors in Danville, Illinois, which was also my 40th anniversary as first priest of the Karelian tradition. I have gone to the St. Louis Pagan Picnic and brought you video from both of those events, which I hope that you enjoyed. And I also went to the Three Gates Festival, which I did not do video at, but which I enjoyed very much. And now I'm back in Florida, and I thought it was time to get back into the vlog saddle. And to do that, I want to start with a question from Reverend Chad. And Reverend Chad has this question: is it possible for spiritual involution and spiritual evolution to be simultaneous? And before answering this, I must first point out that I will answer from a Karelian perspective because I am Karelian, and I also feel that I should explain what these terms mean in Karelian theology. And in Karelian theology, we use the terms involution and evolution to describe the soul's interaction with the world of matter and the world of spirit. When the soul comes into the world of matter, it is entering into a state of involution. Its focus will narrow, and it will become very individual, and be able, therefore, to focus on individual lessons, karmic attachments, and personal growth in a very focused, very narrow, very personal way. And when it has achieved that, and wishes to return to a more stronger interaction with the world of spirit, it will enter into a state of spiritual evolution, which is an expansion of its consciousness, returning more to a spiritual perspective, which is more universal in character and much less narrowly focused. When the soul is working on its karmic attachments, working on its life lessons, it's very much in a state of involution. When it is embracing the cosmos, for want of a better way to put it, it's in a state of spiritual evolution. And if we think of these as a continuum with the world of matter at one end and the world of spirit at another, which is not necessarily the ideal way to look at it, but it works for the linear mind, the state of involution is all the way over on the matter side, and the state of evolution is all the way over on the spiritual side. And in general, we're somewhere in between. So can these two things be happening simultaneously, the soul being in a state of involution in matter and evolution toward spirit at the same time? I think the answer is that it almost always is, to a certain degree, and that this is not an act but a process. So when we come to change our state from involution to evolution, we don't just suddenly put on the brakes and change. It's a process, and during that process, both of these things are current. Now, I would not think that if you're working on spiritual evolution, you're becoming more involved in involution. You would be becoming less involved in it, but it is still there. And to move into a state of spiritual evolution, again, is a process. It takes a long time, I would say many more than one lifetime, and it's generally what we as humans are working on. The state of utmost involution is not a human state. It is a state of other kinds of incarnation that we have already been through, and the state of utmost evolution probably is not also a human state, but something we will move on to. But we here in human incarnation are in the middle of that continuum. We are obviously in an involuted state. We are incarnated. We are interacting with matter on a daily basis, but we're also in an evolving state, a spiritually evolving state, which is taking us always closer to spirit. And no matter who the person is, no matter how spiritually unevolved they appear, I believe that they are in a state of moving toward spiritual evolution. And we're all at different places in that journey. So, are they simultaneous? Yes, in the end they are. And again, we don't just suddenly put on the brakes and go from one to the other. It's a slow turnaround and a long journey. And When we talk about these and use the terms involution and evolution, we're simplifying that journey to make it easier to understand. Very much like when we talk about the 7 planes of existence. Those divisions are arbitrary, but they help us to understand what we're talking about, which is, again, that journey from involution to evolution. So that would be my answer. I hope you find it helpful, and until next time, may you blessed be. Please join me for our Karelian peace prayer. I pray for peace. I pray for love. I pray for stability. I pray for the nation where I live. I pray for the world.